Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, July 31st. Can you believe it's the last day of July already? I still smell the gun smoke in my neighborhood from all the fireworks. Luckily the kids have stopped setting off those big M80s at night and waking me up, so I'm happy about that. So we head into August. August doesn't have any holidays, you have to make your own, so take your vacations. That's a great time to do that. We got a great show for you on this last day of July, so let's talk about it. We're going to be welcoming Congresswoman Young Kim into the program. She's our representative here in the 40th District, and she's going to be talking about the big, beautiful bill that just passed, some other things in Social Security, Medicare enrollment fees, and things like that, so stay tuned for that. And then later in the program, we have a representative from Ting. He's David Nunweiler, and he's going to be here talking about all things Ting in our neighborhood, so make sure you stay tuned for that as well. Right now, though, we want you to stay informed, and we got a major thing to talk about. Coyotes, they are a danger. They are in these neighborhoods, and they've been here long before we ever moved in here, and they'll be here long before we ever leave. So we have to live with them, but if you do need to report them, if there's some nuisances, if they're in the neighborhood, if they're doing some stuff that's pretty shady, just, there's a hotline there to make sure you report coyotes in the area or other nuisances, I don't know, like, possums, a wily squirrel, I don't know, but whatever out there. One thing I will say is make sure that you keep your dogs on a leash when you're walking them and your cats indoors at night, because coyotes are, they'll take advantage of any opportunity. They're very opportunistic and they will snatch them up. So those are things that I would definitely keep in mind when you're out there with your pets. Keep them safe, and this is coyote territory. All right, let's take a look at our weather. We got 80s across the board for the rest of the week, into the weekend and into next week. We're going to have the morning clouds like we usually have. It's going to be peeling off the marine layer into mostly sunny skies in the late morning and early afternoons. We got 80 today. It's going to be the coolest day of the week. We hit 84 next week. We've got a little heat wave on the horizon for next week, so enjoy these low 80s while you can, because it's going to get a bit of a warm-up starting next week. Well, let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset while we're at it. Look at this beautiful picture from Montenegro. Thank you, Lori Maloa, for sending us this picture. Sunrise this morning was 6:02. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:51. It's a beautiful sunset shot there. If you'd like to send us a beautiful sunrise or sunset shot, or just shots from around the neighborhood, your pets as well, we'd love to see those pictures. Email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, no meetings to tell you about, so when we come back, we'll be right back with Young Kim from the 40th District. Stay with us.
At Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
What would it feel like to hear better? Many people are trapped in the isolation of poor hearing and don't realize it. Even people that are wearing other hearing aids. They only know the way they hear, not how much better they could be hearing. We've taken patients that were hearing 24% of conversations and improved them to 92%. A life-changing difference. Put on these hearing aids and hear better, automatically. No buttons to push or technology to fear. Artificial intelligence and these products do all the work. Don't settle for less. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Do you or your loved ones want to continue living at home safely, but are starting to see signs of Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, maybe it's recent strokes or falls? Having a caregiver at home can be the best way to keep you in home safely. Home Helpers has been providing caregivers for over 25 years. Call us today or join us at Laguna Cafe for free pie and coffee, and we'll answer your questions about caregiving. It's the first Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., and space goes quickly, so RSVP now.
In all stages of life, you care for those you love. With Band-Aids on scuffed knees, with home-cooked meals, with tight hugs and whispered words of encouragement on their wedding day. And in this new stage, advanced funeral planning with O'Connor Mortuary is another way to say, I love you. Call or visit o'connormortuary.com to start your pre-plan today.
be talking Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, and much more with our representative from the 40th District, Young Kim. Congresswoman, thanks for joining us, as always.
Thank you so much for having me again, Michael.
Thank you for being here. And the one big, beautiful bill
Yes,
has passed. A lot of
Yes,
controversy around it, right? A lot of information back and forth about what this will actually do. I guess now that it's going to go into effect, we'll see what the reality is. But what is your take on it?
Let me first start by saying what a relief it is that we got that one big, beautiful bill passed. The immediate effect that the voters will feel is this provides a lot of tax certainty, especially in the way that we strengthened and protected the programs and giving much of the vulnerable population, including the senior citizens, access to the certainty about vital programs that senior citizens relied on. There is a good provision, like I see a lot of senior citizens continuing to work even at later time after retirement. And so I've seen that many of the local restaurants around here, especially if they're working there, their tips that they receive will not be taxed up to $12,500, completely non-taxable. And for those who are working overtime around the holidays to fill that labor shortage gap, their overtime wages will not be taxed up to $25,000. This goes into effect immediately. So you can continue to receive your paychecks and you think that, oh, wait, despite what Young said, I'm still getting this taxed. However, when you file tax return, and I encourage them to do it as soon as possible, as soon as they receive their W-4, all of those funds will be returned to them.
Okay, so kind of a retroactive refund, so to speak.
It's retroactive to January 1 of this year. So while they see for the first 6 months of the year, they were taxed on those tips and overtimes, it will all be refunded to them. So that's another good thing. And then, as you know, I worked really, really hard to increase the state and local tax SALT cap. It was currently capped at $10,000, but now it's increased to $40,000. And that's a huge tax savings because we live in the community where the average home prices, especially if a single residential home on average, in Orange County is about $1.3 million. And if you're paying mortgage tax on it, state and local tax, property tax, that $10,000 cap doesn't do justice. That's why when I saw the SALT being used as a pay-for during the 2017 tax bill that was passed, I promised when I was running, one of my key priority will be to fix that. And that's why I went down to Mar-a-Lago early this year, met with President Trump, and asked him, we got to fix SALT. And he gave me his word. Yes, Young Kim, we're going to get this done. Let's get it done.
Does he use your whole name like that? Yes, Young Kim?
Yes. So we got that done, and I worked really, really hard to increase that to $40,000.
Okay. Are you concerned at all with some of the worries that Medicaid, not Medicare, but Medicaid recipients, many will be losing their eligibility in terms of the work requirements, in terms of the eligibility things, in terms of the citizenship requirements, and all of those things? I mean, there's even a kind of a slush fund for rural areas, hospitals, and that kind of thing to make sure they don't go out of business. Are you concerned about some people being kicked off of the rolls and just not having anything?
First of all, let me talk to you about that. We had provided additional funds for the hospitals in the rural communities.
Right.
So actually they're getting more. And two, for the concerns that you raised, there is we've fixed the provider tax provision, so it stays where it is, and state of California provider tax is at 3.5%, but we're gonna start at 5%, and then, so that provider tax provision is also fixed. Now, you talked about people raising their concerns about their benefits being reduced or eliminated from it. First of all, I'm going to tell you, the senior citizens over the age of 65 on Medicare or Medicaid, their benefits will not be cut because they are exempt from that. Now, the other people that will be taken off the program are the people that shouldn't have been on the program to begin with. This program protects and strengthens the Medicaid by requiring the people to get back into the workforce, and that is very, very minimum requirement.
The work requirements that we're talking about there?
The workforce work requirement is in asking everybody, able-bodied adults who can work without dependence, to go to work 20 hours a week, or volunteer 20 hours a week, or be enrolled in school and get trained for 20 hours a week. It is very, very minimum requirement. And again, we're only talking about able-bodied adults that can go to work. Many of these folks fall into the category of during the COVID, when they were provided with funds, they just decided to stay home because it's they get more by not working. We're going to try to bring that or break that cycle and give people dignity to go back to workforce, contribute to the environment. They will be getting their check. They will be paying into the system by paying tax. And guess what? By the time they retire, the Social Security Trust Fund, as a result, will be stronger, and they will be getting the Social Security benefits upon retirement. So actually, this is really a better one. And the illegal aliens, undocumented individuals who took advantage of these entire programs that this country provided, and this state, which is a sanctuary state, so undocumented illegal aliens are on that pool of Medicaid and Medi-Cal. They should not have been on it because that's not the program it was intended. So we are protecting and strengthening the program by getting those people who shouldn't have been on the program to begin with, and then the resources are left for the people that are entitled to the program. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yes.
There we go. And speaking of Medicare, while we're on that subject, you have a bill that you have sponsored. You're co-leading that one to get rid of the fees for late enrollments. What is the issue there, and why is that even a factor?
Sure. I introduced the Medicare Economic Security Solutions Act because, as we talked about, and the people that I talked about, even after 65, they decide to continue to work, or entrepreneurs, businesses. We work beyond 65, and they forget to enroll in Medicare when they turn 65. And this is unknowingly doing it.
Yeah, they might have employee insurance and those kinds of things, so they're not even thinking in those terms.
So they think that we're actually saving the government by not taking advantage of the Medicare program. But at the end of the day, what they didn't know is that because you are not enrolled when you were entitled to, and then you decide later on, okay, now I can sign up for Medicare. There is that late enrollment fee. And it's not just the time when you enroll, it's for life. When I found out about this, I said, I need to fix this. So this legislation would cap the late enrollment fee for Medicare Part B. So that is what the senior citizens need because that's, again, this legislation will also lift the penalties for COBRA retiree programs or the Veterans Affairs, the veterans benefits that they also are entitled, but they will be capped again because they just didn't do it when they were turning 65. So we're going to take care of all of that.
So why would the penalties be there in the first place? Just help me understand. Do you understand the background of why they decided, well, let's put penalties in there for people who don't enroll in something that they don't want yet?
I have no clue why they did it. And but when I found out, it's not the right thing, so I'm trying to fix it. Young Kim is here to fix.
There we go. We're about solving problems, not figuring out why they messed it up in the first place. Okay, let's talk about another problem: a shortage of nursing across the country, and especially here in Southern California. You are working on some legislation that's going to help
National Nursing Workforce Center Act. Yes. So what we're trying to do is addressing the shortage in the frontline workers, especially in the nursing area. We're going to create a 3-year pilot program. During that time, we're going to look at the existing state nursing workforce, look at them and see where the shortfalls are, and we're going to evaluate the nurse recruitment and retention issues. We're going to work with the private and private-public partnership, provide the pilot training program will also work with the institutions that will educate and provide the nursing certificates. try to do this in the efficient manner. So we will produce more nurses and fill the shortage that exists currently. And this was a big problem during the COVID, and there was a burnt out rate. People wanted to leave the workforce. Now we're dealing with this shortages more and more. So we're going to try to take care of that labor shortage, workforce, all that.
Who are some of the partners on the private side? Are there hospitals or medical institutions that want to encourage and help support
all
that?
of them, yes. So this will also put together the apprenticeship program, and there is a private nursing institutions, and they will be able to provide that workforce and provide the certificates. So win-win.
Yeah. So is it just a matter of like, do you feel like there's not enough capacity within the community colleges and the college systems to do that? So you need to expand out to kind of fill that void for now?
Well, there is a program there, but the pilot program will be able to allow the individuals that are looking to get the nursing certificates, hopefully faster within this period of time. And then the partnership will allow them or almost ensure, not a guarantee, but ensure that anyone that goes through this nursing certificate program will have an employment placement, because they will have a partnership with the hospitals or clinics, wherever their needs are.
Okay, terrific. All right, let's talk about the fact that you're going to be here for most of August and office hours. Where can we find you and things like that?
Yes, anybody can find me in person at our Anaheim Hills district office as well as Mission Viejo district office. And on a monthly basis, on third Thursday of every month, I'm here in Laguna Woods and at the library between, I believe, 9 a.m. I think you got that up there. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on third Thursday each month.
Oh, go see you at the library maybe. We don't have to talk just here.
Yeah.
All right, Young Kim, Congressional Representative here for Laguna Woods. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be right back. You're watching ThisDay.
For over 20 years, Orange County has taken its unwanted gold, jewelry, timepieces, sterling silver, and coins to the Jewelry Box estate buyers and always received top dollar. Come see why for over 2 decades, Orange County has relied on the Jewelry Box estate buyers.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. We follow the mantra, when family can't be there, we can. We started our business almost 30 years ago because we realized that seniors in these situations still need loving care. To learn more about how we can help your family, contact us today.
And we are talking about the future of internet here in our community, and that is Ting. And I want to welcome program management person David Nunweiler to our program. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So tell me what program management does. You're kind of the overseer of everything from the 10,000 foot level.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I mean, I'm there to really keep watch on everything across the board, cross-functionally, help the project managers, the construction program managers out when there's issues or concerns. How do we keep things resolved? Get things resolved quickly, you know, so nothing stalls out. We want to make sure, especially on this project, that we're getting things resolved in a quick way. I don't get so much into the details of things.
Right.
You know, I'm there to help make sure we're communicating up to the executive levels. At the same time, you know, I'm in touch with all the project managers that are working day to day. So really, that's really my key job, right? Is keep an eye on the big picture, but help to resolve things quickly with all the people that are working at the detailed level.
Okay, yeah.
Well.
So like the project managers might get bogged down at one site, one location where there's an issue, if there's a challenge, whatever it might be. But you're still the guy looking at the calendar. You're making sure that the supplies are there. You're making sure the crews are there. You're kind of doing all of that and that kind of coordination, right?
Yeah, that's right. And there to assist those project managers, et cetera, in any way I can, so that if issues come up and stuff, and there's challenges of getting somebody to get in quickly to help them out, I'm there to help that out, to engage maybe the senior leaders, things like that, to help get those resolved quickly. I'm there almost like a bit of a jack of all trades to kind of help move things along quickly and efficiently where we can. Don't have the luxury of time on this project, so how can we make sure that we get those things done fast and resolved quickly?
When you looked at this project, when this came on your plate and you said, okay, Laguna Woods Village, and we're going to do this whole massive to this major community, what were some of the first things that you said, okay, I need to do A, B, and C?
Yeah, for this was how do we make sure that we've got it planned out very efficiently. Again, I said a couple times, don't have the luxury of time on this project. We've got a hard stop at the end. So we have to really do a lot of good planning at the beginning, think a lot about risks and contingencies that we can put in that don't allow an extension of time. How can we build those relationships with the teams of people we're working with, including Laguna Woods Village itself, so that we can do things in a way that make sure that the residents are well taken care of as we're going through it. So partnerships, cooperation of everyone is key. So those are some of the things that came to my mind with the large number of residents we're dealing with, and the short timelines we're under, and the hard deadlines that we're under. We have to really make sure we've planned it out well, and we have a good team of people available to resolve things quickly and be able to meet those timelines.
Now, one of the philosophies I've heard from some other folks is this thing called building with care. And I know that's an approach you guys take, and especially in a senior community where folks are, hey, there's just change coming and there's disruptions coming. How do you incorporate that in there with this quick timeline and wanting to get in and out?
Again, I think it's planning. Again, it's planning, and Ting's a company that is all about people first and humans. So I think that's where that comes in. I think everything you do, you have to do it with a thought of people first, and certainly I think that's key to it. So if you come at it from that way, you don't just come at it from a construction perspective or solely about thinking about just getting it done first. If you come at it from the perspective of thinking about the people and you incorporate that into your planning, then I think that's key to it. So whether it's a community like Laguna Woods, it's critical in that case, but really no matter where you are, really if you come at it from that perspective, I think that's key.
How important is it to understand the community you're going into? Different communities, different regulations, different systems in place, different plugs, in terms of electronics and things like that. How important is it for you to have all of those things worked out ahead of time so you don't run into those surprises as you go? Because there's going to be surprises no matter what. Yeah,
absolutely critical. And I think the more you do that at the beginning, the more successful you'll be. Like you say, you're not gonna figure out everything beforehand. So you have to make sure you have a good team of people so that when you do run into the unknowns, you've got a good team of people to quickly figure out those problems and move forward. But again, the more you can do that in a pre-planning mode, the better off you are. So whether it comes to the technical side of it, like you mentioned, the plugs, as your example is, or whether it's around the people piece of it, so understanding the demographics that you're dealing with, the people you're dealing with, putting yourself in their shoes and thinking outward from that perspective, you're going to be more successful.
What is it that you find most rewarding or like most about the job that you do when you come into a community like this?
I think it's thinking about at the end, how the residents are going to feel at the end. So to me, that's critical. I think that on any project, quite honestly, but in this project especially, I'm within this demographic, quite honestly, and I just think for myself, how I would feel if I was going through this myself, and how I would end up at the end thinking about getting this type of technology, how that would give me access to new things, and how that would make me feel. That's where I get my satisfaction from is just thinking about that end point. And if we're successful, if we do this right, if we make sure we're not disruptive to the residents, that's that's success for me. Giving that value to them. We're bringing value to the community by bringing this technology to them, but more importantly, bringing value to the resident and what they're going to have available to them today and into the future.
All right. From Program Management, David Nunweiler, he's got the finish line in mind all the time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hope you're enjoying our conversations with the folks from Ting, and they will continue right here on Village Television.
21 years ago, I started Salus Home Care because I saw a need for a professionally run home care organization in Laguna Woods. I wanted to build on 3 principles. 1, ease for the client. One call to Salus Home Care will put you on the right path. 2, quality. Medicare ranks Salus among the highest home health and hospice providers in the state. 3, trust. We've been in business for 21 years. Call Salus and let us show you why we've been in business longer than any other home care company in South Orange County.
The Laguna Woods History Center has been capturing the legacy of our community since 1977. As a nonprofit dedicated to preserving today for tomorrow, we collect, conserve, and share the history of Laguna Woods Village, the city of Laguna Woods, and the surrounding Orange County region. Step into the past and connect with the present at your community archive. Visit us and find your place in history.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Let's talk about our Friday and Saturday movies. We got some good ones for you. Here's a classic, Lost Horizon from 1937, stars Jane Wyatt, and it's brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. When a Reverend's diplomatic plane is diverted and crashes in the peaks of Tibet, he and the other survivors are guided to an isolated monastery at Shangri-La, where they wrestle with the invitation to stay. And then on Saturday, it is Life as a House, made back in 2001. It stars Kevin Kline. It's brought to us by RadNet. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. And when a man diagnosed with a terminal cancer, he takes custody of his misanthropic teenage son, for whom quality time means getting high and engaging in small-time prostitution. Well, that's not fantastic. And I hope that sounds like a comedy. I hope so. All right, that's going to be our movies for Friday and Saturday. Let's take a check of our weather while we're at it. And we got some warm temperatures, so it might be nice to stay in, turn the air conditioning on, and watch one of those movies. We got the morning clouds, as usual. It's going to be peeling off to mostly sunny skies and hit 80 today. Then we're going to have a slow temperature rise as we head into the weekend and into next week, where we got some high temperatures. We're going to have some warmer temperatures, a little bit of a heat wave next week, so enjoy these coolish temperatures while you can. All right, folks, tomorrow on the program, we're going to be welcoming folks from Ting, as well as we have Sports Corner with Cole Young. Absolutely a good time there, and I'll be here as well, so there you go. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.